the Rio Gambit. I don't know why most people don't know about this. All they know is the Ruy Lopez is supposed to be a very boring opening, which is not supposed to be played at intermediate level, right? No, you don't need to have that mindset. If you want to know how interesting the Ruy Lopez is, simply watch my yesterday's video where I covered some exciting traps hidden in the Ruy Lopez. In this video, I want to put things to test, playing against real opponents on leeches. So one beautiful trap that we looked at in the Berlin defense is while we sacrifice the E pawn, then start hitting on that knight immediately. Of course, pawn to d4 is the main line, very playable, but that can lead to the famous Berlin defense draw that I showed yesterday. So that's why rook e1 is preferred by some grandmasters. Point is, after knight d6, yes, you still have knight takes e5, because if knight takes, you're gonna win a free queen, just like that. So this is one interesting trap I love in the Rio Gambit. I don't know what my opponent is going to do on leeches, but let's say if they play pawn to s6 instead of knight f6, I'll just play this in the style of the Gioco Pianissimo, putting my light squared bishop on c2 after playing c3, like that. Then knight d2, knight f1, knight g3, and, you know, think of putting one of my knights on f5. Let's see if we're going to see something like that. Now I'm in love with the Ruy Lopez. And hey, don't just watch. That's not encouraging at all. To keep this channel alive, you can simply share this video, hit the like button, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have nothing to say, just type "Thank you, Kaspa" in the comment section down below. Lastly, if you want to go through my study PGNs, such as the one I'm using in this study, you can visit my Patreon page. The link is in the comment section down below. Okay, let's go bishop b5 next. Ruy Lopez, so we're going to see the Berlin or the Morphy. Now we see the Berlin defense. Now it is time to be serious. So let's play the Rio Gambit. Castle shot. This is the main line. Rio Gambit accepted. In this position, if I want to avoid the Berlin draw, I can just play rook e1. Pawn to d4 leads to a drawish line that I have already mentioned. So which one can I play here? Let me play rook e1. Knight f6, I guess. The idea is just to take on e5 anyway. Knight takes. I remember covering this line. So what I said in this specific line is you don't really need to rush, you know, to take the knight, even though that's fine. But I mean, if you can see, this knight is a dead piece already. So play other intermediate moves or in between moves like pawn to d4. This is better. At best, you want to take on e5 with your pawn. Like here, you can just take. If pawn takes, I was about to take the knight. So after this, theory states you need to play bishop c4, wanting to take the knight so that you double up those pawns. The theory is well known in this position. Knight c3. By the way, just in case black played pawn to d5, I was just going to take with ampersand, so there was no pawn to d5, which is why they've played bishop e7. Now see the beauty of playing the Ruy Lopez, especially if you know what you're doing. I have knight e4 in this position, ready to take with ampersand if I want to. Okay, castle shot. I see the move pawn to b5 coming. Or perhaps d5. What can I do here? I'm also looking at something else. Queen h5 is also an interesting line, just to provoke some weakness, says on the king side. Well, just in case, let me play pawn to a4. Why? I just want to stop b5 from happening. I'm also thinking of playing bishop d3 and knight f6. Ah, okay, I see. If I play bishop d3, the problem is black will have time to play g6, attacking my queen. Oh god! So to avoid the move pawn to g6, let me try this cold-blooded move, you guys. I did not plan for this, I swear. I've just seen this on the board and it's mind-blowing, you guys. I mean, I said if I play bishop d3, black will play pawn to g6, something like that. So how about starting with a move knight f6 check first, because I want to checkmate on h7, so that if they take, I go bishop d... Oh god, I was lying to myself. Like, that was going to be cool if you think about it. Look, I mean, if pawn takes happened, I was going to play bishop d3 and there was little or nothing that black was going to do in this position. They took back with a bishop, so I can just take back, nothing much. And now pawn to g6, I can go queen h6, nothing much. What? Ah, this guy is very clever. If I take the knight, they are going to take back with the pawn and I won't be able to checkmate due to that. So the idea is to... Wait a second. How about this? Sacrificing my bishop. I'm sure my opponent is not going to fall for this cheap trick. He's a 24-24 rated player, for God's sake. So I believe they are not going to fall for this cheap trick. But what can they do? Looks like there's nothing. What can black do in this position, you guys? To stop rook h3. My opponent just resigned. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing they can do, nothing. If the knight moves, I met on g7. What? What happened? Why? How did we find ourselves in this situation? Anyway, still watching without subscribing? Come on. The more you subscribe, the more you encourage me to do more and review more stuff. Anyway, right, second game, my opponent didn't die well. Oh god. Oh, same guy. I'm playing against the same person. So they learned their lesson the hard way. Now they've responded with the French. So what I'm going to do is to play the Alapin Gambit. I guess my opponent won't be familiar with this. Bishop e3. The idea is to start developing all my bigger pieces in the name of attacking this pawn, but we've seen pawn to f5. Pawn to f5. I said whenever you see this, start, with pawn to f3. You want to open up the king side as early as possible. Put your light squared bishop on c4 after knight f6. Yep. Like this. I have a feeling I'm going to take the f5 pawn for free if black is not careful. We're going to see how that will work out, or maybe that won't happen now because my dark squared bishop is under attack. Let me take. So I forced my opponent to stop playing pawn to e5. Yep. They obviously learned their lesson last time. How about queen h5 check in this position? Do they have pawn to g6 like for real? I have queen h6 if that happens. I just want to get deep into my opponent's territory. I'll play queen h6, yep. Even if they take, I don't care. My idea is just to get into my enemy's territory. What I mean by that is this. You've seen this line? This half of the board coming down is my yard, my territory. That half of the board going up is my opponent's territory. So sometimes you just want to put your pieces in your enemy's territory to give them unnecessary pressure. You know what I mean? So black played bishop e6. Do I have knight g4 or bishop g5? Bishop g5. If I play bishop g5, maybe black is going to ask for a queen exchange, which I don't want to happen. But bishop g5 though is great. Or knight f3, I don't know. You know, I don't know much about chess. I think knight df3 is great. So this is my other account I use on chess. I'm done with my old account, UCGM Kaspa. I have nothing to prove. I mean, I achieved my goal of reaching 25. I mean, what is this? Bishop g5. The rook is dead. I already reached my goal. No, the queen is not going to die. There's queen f8. So with that old account, UCGM Kaspa, I already reached my goal to reach 2500. I can take it for one, right? I can just exchange queens in this position and then gain a free pawn since I have this little discovery. Yep, that's just a free pawn. And then take, right? Can I? Yep. So that's how you simplify things. I'm pretty much sure that if I played the advanced variation of the French, this guy was going to hammer me. Obviously, they know their stuff very well. That's why I chose to play the Alapin Gambit. You know, at times I love playing these gambits just if I want to confuse the enemy. In this case, my opponents. I just want to take the free pawn or the rook. Then knight. Oh god! Did I just... Wait a second. Did I just hang? I had knight e7 check and I was going to exchange some material. So black was not winning any piece there. That's why they have played something else. So while my opponent is aiming to capture all of my queen pawns, why can't I just start expanding on the king side like this? Let them grab all the pawns they want. I am going to queen into a donkey if I want. Marching to Zion. How is black going to stop my pawn? My h pawn. How? Let's take. Take. Attacking the bishop. I want to do this, but I don't want to lose material. I mean, I guess that'll be a draw. What if I just do this? Then advance this other pawn. Yep! There's no way black is going to stop me from promoting. Oh my god, bishop check. I didn't put that into consideration. Do I have this? Or maybe king h1. Yes, I'm still going to promote. Oh. Check. Let's get up. 2 moves away from queening. My opponent is not going to stop this. I swear upon my elbows. Got you. No discoveries. Now the bishop is pinned. Tap. My opponent has resigned for the 2nd time. Oh, am I? And why am I on YouTube? Why? Anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful time. And evidently, you can see that a lot of people hate to face the Ruy Lopez, especially at this level. You can tell my opponent changed their opening after experiencing some hard knuckles. So never underestimate the power of the Ruy Lopez, especially the Rio Gambit. Now, go and check out 3 of my new courses on my website KaspaChess.com that I highly recommend you get right now. The newly updated Semi-Slav defense against d4, the Knight c6 Nimzowitsch defense, and the mighty e5 Paris defense, which is my best selling course till this date. Chess is a school on its own, and you will just need to show some efforts to unlock some secrets that content creators don't show on YouTube. And that's how you support this channel, by the way.